was a doctor. And when I was a kid, one night she was very sick. So she asked me to go to her hospital building to see one of her patients that she cared very much. And because that person just had operation in the day, and she wanted to know how she was doing. So I had to walk over. But that was building still in construction, and her floor was on the 6th floor. And the first floor still had dim light. So I ran up, and then the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, till the 4th floor, it was totally dark. I almost wanted to go back, but somehow I said, let me run. But the 5th floor was very challenging because people say that some dead people were saved there for now. And then when I walked in dark into the 5th floor, I heard something crunching, It's like someone is eating something. And I was so scared. And I rushed to the 6th floor. And then I saw the nurse, and I told her that what my mom asked me to come to ask for about the patient. So she went and she checked the patient, and she said, she is okay. And then I asked her, I said, when I passed the 5th floor, how come I heard like this crunching? It sounds like someone is eating the dead or something. And then later, 2 weeks later, I went to my mom's hospital, and all different patients were around the nurse and telling her that they also heard all the sound, crunching. And then they were asking the nurse, so do you know what's going on? They don't know what's going on. Then the nurse said, look at her teeth! Look at her teeth! Sorry, this thing, I don't have a prop, so this thing doesn't work. My story is over.
Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to tell you about the scariest thing I've ever seen. I used to work for the Navy. This was maybe half a decade ago. And while I was there, everyone was young. We were all about 20. They had a summer internship program where they'd bring in kids from the college to kind of show them the ropes and help them understand what the engineering work field was like. The first summer this happened, they brought in a kid whose father was a principal engineer on the base, like real high-ranking stuff. They brought him in and they split us up into all these different teams to work on these little insignificant, inconsequential projects, ranging from nothing that really mattered and things that I can't really talk about. The program went well. We all split off into our own little teams and we all worked on our own little things. And at the end of the project, they had us show what we had worked on to everyone on the base, ranging from engineers to managers to a senator that had showed up. Not like some state-level schmuck senator, like a real federal one, the big deal. So we all went and we did our presentations, and everything was going fine. Projects all got completed in a reasonable amount of time, and we're pretty close to what was expected, especially for 20-year-olds. But this one group, the one with this kid whose father was the principal engineer on the base, after their presentation has ended, they stopped and they turned off the screen and they brought up Microsoft Paint. And this kid showed us what he had spent maybe 80 hours working on, which was a bunch of paint drawings of straight lines and circles cut into abstract shapes, and then using the fill tool to just plop different colors into them. We all sat there watching this getting shown to engineers and a senator, and nobody really knew how to talk about it. We all just sat there watching as this happened, and I'm never going to forget the senator's face, especially after this had finished, because he just kind of looked at him and went. And that's all I have for my scary story, but I really have to go.
This is a tale that I've been told many times before from my grandfather. It's a real story. This actually happened. Don't double check. It's all right. One day, my grandfather, Terrence, he goes out to the beach with a couple of his friends. They're like, yo, it's gonna be a great time. Let's celebrate a thing, anything, you know? Just go to the beach. They head there and, you know, it's a day just like any other. They're swimming, dancing, playing volleyball, you know, classic beach things. And they're just having a good time. Sun goes down. They're like, yo, where's Clark? Can't find Clark nowhere. Crazy. Clark was mad excited to go to the beach. No Clark in sight. They're looking, yo, Clark, where you at? And Clark's saying, because he's not there. See, my grandfather, you know, he was a brave man. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go look for him. I'm going to go look for my friend. Because that's what friends do. He heads off further down the beach, hoping to find him. Maybe he got lost, you know? Maybe he mistaken another group of friends for his own somehow. And he keeps looking. He sees something in the sea. It's a little like a dark figure. He's like, is that him? It's like, yo, Clark, is that you? He doesn't see Clark. He sees an ungodly shape. He can't make out the features like quite accurately, but he knows it's definitely not human. It looks back at him, and it says, my grandfather's on the run. No. This can't be, you know? So you guys try to tell his friends like, yo, there's a monster in the sea. I think it took Clark. They're like, what? What are you talking about, you crazy old man? It's crazy because he wasn't even old at the time. This was years ago. He was like a teen or something. I don't know. But they're like, all right, we still got to look for Clark. And the whole time my grandfather's like, guys, I don't know if we're going to find Clark, to be honest. And so they start looking, right? Another one of my grandfather's friends, Pikel. Such a sweet dude. From what I've heard. Never met the guy. He goes looking for Clark, screaming out his name. But, you know, he gets a little distracted. He's like, you know what? Those waves are looking kind of fire. Let me go surfing. Damn, that transition was crazy. He goes searching. He's like, all right, let me, surfing I'm in. You know, I can find my friend at a later time. He goes surfing. Looks to the right. What does he see? That was the last time any of us has seen, Pikel? What a sweet dude. For what I've heard, you know. My grandfather thought so. No sign of Clark, no sign of Pikel. it was Vanessa's turn. She survived. Spoiler alert, she survived. But she didn't live. You see, my grandfather was like, I've had enough. This monster has taken way too many of my friends. It's about time I stand up to this beast. And I really do something about this, So he puts on his boxing gloves and he goes into the water to confront the monster. He's like, I'm here for you, okay? You've taken everything from me. It's time. Oh, I spat everywhere. I'm sorry. It's time for you to go down. The monster looks at him dead in the eyes. Which camera? Dead in the eyes. Zoom in on that. He says to him, "What's good? I'm sorry about your friends, I was just hungry. I ain't mean it like that, homie." My grandfather was like, "Nah." Sorry, I just see R.I.P. and my grandfather's like, nah, you took far too much away from me. You're going down. Bah, right into the nose. Monster goes, he goes, he's hurt pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of crazy. My grandpa's like wild like that. He was like, "Damn, cuz, why you do me like that? I was just hungry. I said I apologize." He wasn't having it. So, be careful who your friends are, you never know. And that's the story my grandpa always told me, he still has the battle scars. Dang, is that the battle scar? Is that it? Is that what he came back as? But yeah, thanks for hearing my story. My grandfather's a hero. Thank you guys.
Hello, everyone. I have the spookiest story to tell. I don't know what... Oh, that's the camera. I have the spookiest story to tell. This is a story, a true story from my childhood. Me and my friends, specifically Xavier and Paula, we all went trick-or-treating one year, thinking everything was gonna be normal. We're just kids, We're 12 or 11 or something around that range. We're kids. We're thinking, we're gonna just get some candy and go back home. We're gonna go back home and not even worry about anything. We were so wrong. There were so many freaks. like actual crazy people out that night. But there was this one specific person. The shampoo lady. See, the shampoo lady, she was just a myth. Nobody really knew that she existed. Not until we ran into her that day. Before it all happened, we ran into a couple of goons and goblins. Some guy just yelling at us. I remember there was literally a guy. I don't know how loud I can yell, but he was like, "Ah!" Yelling, we're kids. So he's yelling downwards at us. He's like, "Ah!" Yelling at us. This guy's yelling at us with all his might. It's kind of crazy. It's so unprovoked. It happened. It sure was traumatizing. But we move on from that. Xavier's chilling in the middle of a crowd. I don't know why there was so much people out, but You know, we're chilling in the middle of a crowd. Like some kid comes up and like grabs his hair, fluffy, fluffy, like legitimately says that to him, and then just like escapes. And like we're not even understanding like what interaction that was. We're just like, who was that? And why did you touch his hair? But in the middle of it all, in the middle of this crowd of people, we see the shampoo lady. Shampoo! Shampoo! We couldn't even see her eyes. She had like hair over her eyes. She was holding like something. I don't know what it was. It was something messed up. I shouldn't have seen it. But I did. What she really needed to be holding was a shampoo bottle. Cause she looked musty as hell. Can I say that? I think so. But dang, I remember it looked cinematic. It looked mad cinematic from my point of view. I just seen her. She was in the middle. She was like doing like her dance or whatever. I don't know what she was doing. She was like dancing like a murder dance or something, like the skull, like that. She was a shampoo. I'm sorry. I got emotional. Even though I'm smiling, that's how I cope. But yeah, that was the shampoo lady. The most traumatizing point of that night. I had to fight like 20 goblins like after that, but it was definitely the shampoo. Yeah, I had to fight like 20 goblins, but you know, this shampoo lady was definitely the most traumatizing point in that night. Trick-or-treating was never the same again. That was like my Pennywise moment, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, it'll never be the same again. That trick-or-treating. And yeah, I think that's it. Get ready for my new album in 2037. It's called Money More Paper. Yeah, check me out. It's H Money. Coming back 2037, as I said, featuring Drake, Michael B. Jordan, and Michael Jordan. You guys don't even know what's coming. I'm gonna see y'all later. I don't know how to. So when do y'all cut this? Give me a cool like outro too. Like I'm gonna be. Oh, shit. Here we go. All right. You guys, it's over. Okay. Does that mean it's done? All right, cool.
It's a real spook fest, y'all. It's a lot of scary stories being shared left, right, and center, but you haven't really heard scary yet. Y'all haven't heard the worst of it.
Not even a little bit.
You want to start this one off?
Yeah. There once was a kraken. It was an evil kraken. Like, you know, like one with like 80 arms. And it ate people. But secretly.
Our people.
And what that meant to us, we didn't know because it was secret. As in secret. That's another way to say that word. But one day there was a boy named Billy Thumpkins, and he came across the tomb of the Kraken.
He thought he thought it was all fun and games. It's never fun. It's never games. It's only pain and death, especially for Billy. Billy went up to the tomb of the Kraken. And he spoke the ancient tongue of the Kraken at the tomb, thinking it was just games, thinking it was just something from the book that he read in math class. This wasn't a book. This was real life.
Now
He spoke thus. Oh.
What Billy didn't understand is that it was real life, but the Kraken's power was to turn everything around him in his domain into fake life. He sucked Billy back into his realm. And Billy, next thing you know, he's in a realm of hell and dust.
Where am I? Oh my god! I don't know who I am!
I'm the Kraken.
No, the Kraken, please, don't Kraken, please. I have med homework. I got med homework to do, please. I didn't mean to speak the tongue of the Kraken at the tomb. Please, I gotta go home. If I apologize, will you let me go?
No, is what the Kraken said. It was over for Billy.
It was.
No one's seen poor Billy ever again. He was a hit basketball star. #1 draft pick. Drafted to be better than LeBron.
Can never fulfill his potential.
Better than Messi, too, at soccer.
And better than MK Leo at Smash.
Better than Sonic Fox at Mortal Kombat. Better than Tarantino at directing.
Better than Tony Hawk at skateboarding.
He was a lot of things. He wasn't a monster killer, though, and that's what got him killed. So don't speak the tongue of the Kraken at the tomb.
And respect your elders.